The Iranian Navy's bad luck is continuing when it comes to warship accidents. An Iranian naval vessel known as the Talaya, which was still under construction, capsized in dry dock. This happened at the Bandar Abbas port in southern Iran. Videos posted on social media seem to show the naval vessel on its side, and people could be seen hanging onto railings along the side of the ship tipped upwards. According to some reports, at least one person was killed in the accident. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes how Iran's new warship has met an accident even before entering service. Let's get started. This video is sponsored by War Thunder. If you are, like us, fascinated by military vehicles and technology, I recommend you give War Thunder a try. It's a military vehicle combat game which you can download and play for free on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One with cross-platform support. It has a huge variety of more than 1,200 playable aircraft, tanks, helicopters, and ships from the 1930s to the 1990s, which you can take to battle on land, in the air, and at sea on more than 80 theaters of war. War Thunder's been kind enough to offer all Defense Updates viewers a special bonus, which will grant you a free premium tank, aircraft, or ship, and 3 days of premium account time for registering using our link in the description below. So take the plunge and join more than 20 million players from around the world. Chris Biggers, Mission Applications Director at Hawkeye 360, a company specializing in radio frequency data analytics using a commercial satellite constellation, tweeted an image from PlanetScope of Bandar Abbas, which is home to the Iranian Navy's main base of operations, taken on December 4th, 2021. While the image is not very clear, it does show a ship in dry dock that appears to have fallen over. The position of the ship and its general location is in sync with what can be seen in the video, reportedly showing Talaya that appeared online on December 4th. There are limited details about Talaya. The hull form is similar to the Mauj-class corvettes, and its superstructure appears larger. As per some Iranian media reports, citing Iranian officials, Talaya is likely to have improved intelligence gathering and perhaps electronic warfare capabilities compared to the Mauj-class. Viewers may note that the Mauj-class design itself is an enlarged derivative of the Alvand class. The existing Mauj-class corvettes have a displacement of 1,500 ton and a length of 95 meters. It's armed with both anti-ship and surface-to-air missiles, as well as torpedoes, a 76mm main gun, and various smaller cannons and machine guns. This is not the first time this year that an Iranian naval vessel was damaged in an accident. In June, IRIS Karg, a modified OI-class fleet replenishment oiler, caught fire and sank near the port of Jask in southeastern Iran. It was one of Iran's most important naval assets, previously the biggest in its fleet. The fire reportedly broke out in the engine house on June 2nd at around 2:25 a.m. local time, and the ship sunk around 20 hours later. All efforts to put out the blaze failed. The crew battled the fire with only 33 injured and no deaths, but could not save the ship. Only the sea could extinguish the flames at the end. A spokesman from the Iranian Navy said the fire was so intense that half of the ship's hull melted and broke off. It's very early to comment on Talaya, but there could be something more to the incident than being just an unfortunate accident. IRIS Karg's loss had come at a time when there's been a series of explosions aboard other ships in the Gulf of Oman, although so far none have sunk. While the cause of the fire is unconfirmed, as of now there's precedence that indicates that there's a possibility of hostile action. Iran and Israel are apparently engaged in targeting each other for some time now. There are reports of Israel's special forces conducting covert attacks on Iranian ships carrying oil, as well as ammunition, to Syria, where it's supporting Bashar al-Assad regime. As per the Wall Street Journal, Israel began this campaign against Iranian shipping in late 2019 and has since targeted at least a dozen ships with weapons, including naval mines. In April this year, the MV Savits, widely believed to be a mothership for the country's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, was also hit by an attack in the Red Sea. The ship is thought to have been deployed to assist Houthi rebels in Yemen and used for different types of clandestine operations in the region. Iranian officials suspected the attack has been carried out by Israel, yet did not immediately blame any party. On the 7th of April, the New York Times reported that Israel notified the U.S. that it was responsible for the attack on the Savits. Talaya is part of a broader effort of the Iranian Navy to modernize and expand its capabilities. It seems to be designed to be able to carry out maritime operations well beyond the country's immediate coastline. Iran has aspirations of having a naval fleet that's not just restricted to missions only near its periphery. In this context, it's to be noted that earlier this year, Mauj-class frigate Sahand, together with the Makran, a sea-based ship, became the first Iranian naval vessels to sail into the Atlantic Ocean, and they thereafter sailed to the Russian port of St. Petersburg to take part in a naval parade in that country. A delay in Talaya's deployment because of this damage is a setback for the Iranian Navy. Things can get worse if a major repair is needed, because repairs can be very costly sometimes, even more than building a new vessel from scratch. For example, the U.S. Navy has scrapped the USS Bonhomme Richard since restoring it to its original form would take a lot of effort, time, and funds. Building a new warship will be easier. It remains to be seen how things will go for Talaya. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.